All right. Heavyweight water, everything nearby. I'll take my sweatshirt off before we get started. All right, let's get warmed up. Starting with those jumping jacks. High knees right here. Stay with those high knees. Straight leg kicks in 2, 1, and right here. I haven't checked the air quality index yet today. I don't know if it's gone up or down. Feels like a mix of fog and smoke today. All right, hug our knee in to our chest. Tall, roll those shoulders down and back. Roll that ankle out.
Molly, you're in the red at 177.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Careful out there.
Switch sides. I have been doing my running inside. I've been going to the Y, which seems to be fine. It's just boring. All right, inchworms right here. Nice and tall, hinge. And that push up if you're ready for it. Two more. Last one. And release. All right, our first round, we're gonna do our step forward lunge, alternating our legs. You can add weight to that if you want. You wanna try holding weights overhead. And if you're doing that, just go a little slower. Burpees, push-ups, some of those hollow rocks where you sort of hold your C-shaped body and rock back and forth on the mat. And then bear walks, we haven't done those in a while. All right, I'm gonna grab sort of a medium set of weight and start with that and see how that works. All right, step forward lunge, 2, 1, and go. So if you're choosing to do this with no weight, just have those hands behind your head like this. I think the squirrels are getting to me. I had a dream last night that I had a little pet squirrel, but it was tiny, like the size of a sugar glider, and it kept crawling up the sleeves of my jacket. I was sad to wake up and find it wasn't true. 5 seconds here, and then burpees. And release. Right here, here's your burpees. let Mo in. 15 seconds. That's 3, 2, 1. Push-ups. Just good old-fashioned, whatever style you like. Knees or toes. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Flip yourself over onto your back. You're gonna find sort of this C shape and you rock back and forth. Try not to let your shape change. You can modify hands on your ears or across your chest. It's more challenging. Your arms overhead. Good, 20 seconds to go. Stay with me. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay. Bear walks. Just walk. Go ahead and come up into your bear. Pick up opposite hand, opposite foot. Pull your belly button into your spine. And just walk. The length of your mat or your room, whatever makes sense for you. Good. We're gonna go back to that step forward lunge after this. And release. Weights, no weights, your choice. And step it forward. Plant that heel, drop that back knee. Ten seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Here's our burpees. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Push-ups. Ten seconds. And flip it over. You got those hollow rocks. Find your shape And try to maintain it. Oh. 10 seconds. And release. Bear walks. Up into your bear. Opposite hand, opposite foot, go. Keep drawing that belly button into your spine. Last 3, 2, and 1. Last time with our step forward lunge. Ten seconds here. We have our last set of burpees. And release. Ten seconds to go. Good, push-ups. Ten seconds. Going to the hollow body rocks. And release. Flip it onto your back. And hollow body. And the smaller you can make that rocking motion, the more challenging it will be. So you're just gonna hang it out here. It's a little harder than coming up. 10 seconds. And flip it over. Bear walks right here. Keep pulling that belly button up to the sky. Step your hands and feet deliberately. Last 5 seconds. Good. Get your water. All right, we've got single leg squats coming up. Push up with a twist. C-star crunch. And then donkey kicks. And they're basically, the donkey kicks are basically what you guys might know as these things, right? Whatever they're called. Anyway, but you want to keep this 90-degree here and just be moving out of your hip. And you want to squeeze your butt, right? So we'll alternate sides. So again, I prefer quality over quantity. So if you only get to each side twice, that's okay. I'd rather have you really be using your glute and hamstring to get that leg to move and push up than to be using momentum, okay? All right, we're gonna start with those single leg squats. You can do, I know we've done like this flamingo version before, so you can do that. Of course, keep both legs down if that's what you prefer. If you want to simulate what we do on the TRX, or if you have a ball and you want to put it under your foot, you could do these, okay? All right, single leg squat, starting with that right leg. 3, 2, 1, here we go. And you can go all the way down if that's what works for you. Stay on that same leg. Again, quality over quantity, so pay attention to what everything's doing here. Your foot, all the way up to your butt and your hip. We're gonna work that other side next. We got about 7 seconds here. Here it is, other side. And as far as the balance goes, try to look at something that's not moving. So probably don't look at your screen. Let's see what ponytail works. Push-ups with a twister next. Got 10 seconds here. Good. Come to your mat. Down, up, twist. Down, up, twist. Remember that twist comes from your core. Three, 2, 1. Flip it over. C-star crunch. The legs wide, all the way up. You can modify for a little more challenge. Have your legs hover. Okay? So don't let them sit down. Oh, that's hard. I can't do what I'm talking. Keep your chin tucked. Try not to let your head move around. Three, 2, 1. Okay. On your hands and knees. Keep that leg bent at 90. Push up. Bring it down, switch sides. Careful you're not arching through your low back. Okay. So I know that if I go too high, I start to do that. Stay away from that. You want that movement all to come from that glute and that hamstring, not your back. Last 5. All right, up for those single leg squats. You can pick your favorite style. I'm gonna try the flamingo now. Find a spot for those hands. You know I prefer them back here, but if you need to bring them across your chest or at your hips, that works too. Or out to the side. Out to the side can actually be helpful if balance is part of your fight here. Obviously use a wall or a chair if you need it. Switch sides. Whatever you did on that first side, do the same on the second. Good. Push-ups with twister next. Stay with me. Good, here's your push-ups. Push-ups with twist. I'm gonna turn my buzzer up. Three, 2, 1. C-star crunch. Good. Donkey kicks, hands and knees. Careful you're not straightening out your leg. Keep that knee at 90. It helps to flex your foot. That works. Keep that work in your glute and your hamstring. Your core is only stabilizing. It's not assisting with the movement. 3 seconds here and we're back up to standing right here. Back to those single leg squats. I do think it's more challenging to have your leg out in front of you. Counters that balance a little bit more. We're going to switch sides here in about 7 seconds. There it is. Again, whatever you did on that first side, do it on your second. I see somebody working the whole whole squat all the way down and back up. Nice work. Good, push up with a twist is next. And release. Nice job. Twist. Twist. Oh, 3, 2, okay. Oh, I was twisting on my way down. Don't do that. Eight seconds, and then we got donkey kicks. And if your wrists need a break, make some fists right here. If you're on your fists, you want to try and put most of your weight in those first 2 knuckles. Because the point of being on your fists is to straighten out those wrists. Good, here's your rest. Coming up, we're gonna do those squats where we sort of hang out in the middle again. We're gonna do our arms again. You can have light weights if you'd like. Curls, plank. We're gonna do shoulder taps and foot lifts, not all at the same time, but it'll be a cycle. We're gonna do our bicycle crunch combo. And then the last one, we're gonna alternate between left crunch, right crunch, and then breakdancing plank. All right, so we're gonna start with those squats in the middle. So find a nice hip width squat, arms out to the side, down, come up a little bit, and down a little bit, right? So it's that, you're in that ambivalence stage of trying to decide to use that public toilet, like we talked about the other day. Good engagement in that core, shoulders down, okay? So none of this, everything's down. Keep that tailbone tucked. Careful you're not arching through your back. 10 seconds here, and then we're gonna work those curls. Good. Come on up. Curls, we're gonna go up for 1, down for 3, 2, 1, up 1, down, 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 3, 2, 1, and up. Release for plank. So you're here in your plank. You're gonna tap left shoulder, right shoulder, pick up right leg, pick up left leg, okay? Repeat. Nice, slow, and controlled. So no racing through this. Trying to stay steady in those hips as you pick up each limb. 2, 1, here's your bicycle crunch combo. So here and then up. You can have your hands where you need them, chest, side, behind your head, overhead, which would be really challenging. Oh. 10 seconds. And release. All right, what was that last one? Oh, let's work our right crunch. So here, here, and up. Remember, get that oblique to initiate. Assist with that arm. And you're back on the meaty part of your tush. So not on your hip bone. We're gonna go back to that squat here, coming up in about 10 seconds. There it is. To standing. Find that nice hip width squat, arms out in front of you. And find that little middle spot. Although your arms are out in front, again, keep those shoulder blades drawn back and down. So no reaching forward here. Keep them back and down. Good, you guys stay with me 5 seconds and then we're on to our curls. It'll be slow up this time. Right here. So we're gonna go up, 3, 2, 1, release. 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 5 seconds. 1, release, and round to the mat for your bicycle crunch. Stay with me here. Coming up, we're doing our side crunch on that other side. So arm out, crescent shape, and crunch up. Initiate through that oblique. Arm assists. One more time with that squat coming up right here. So arms up overhead this time. Feet about shoulder width. Finding that nice middle spot. Now remember, you can always go back to this or this if that's what you prefer. Good. Find that middle spot. And you can work that wherever it feels challenging. Curls in 2, 1, right here. Slow both ways. Up, 3, 2, 1, down, 3, 2, 1, 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 up, 3, there we go. And plank. Oh my gosh, you know what? We forgot plank last time, didn't we? Okay, we'll make that up on the end of this, okay? Sorry, you guys. Jeez, I knew I was forgetting something. So squeeze those kegels. And bicycle crunch right here. So we'll do our bicycle crunch. And then I was gonna have us do break dancer plank, but I think what I'll have us do is do right side crunch, go back to that shoulder tap plank, and then left side crunch. So just one extra 45 seconds. 10 seconds, but luckily it's not this one. This is hard. Oh gosh. Right side crunch right here. Arm out and crunch it up. Initiate with that oblique. Assist with their arm. We'll go back to that plank after this before crunching on the left. Good, here's your plank. Actually, if you want, you could do this again. If you want to do breakdancing plank, which is this one, go ahead and get a little crazy. Or you could do all of them like this. Let's choose your own plank adventure today. 10 seconds here. Come on down for that crunch. On your second side. Remember to initiate with those obliques. Come on. Luna's being lazy today. I think she could join us. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good, get your water. So we're gonna use that heavy weight for this next set. We're gonna do our single leg deadlift with the heavy weight. Work each side, plank weight drag. We're gonna do some bridging, and if it's comfortable for you, I'd like you to put that heavy weight across your hips and add that to your bridge. If it's not comfortable, pick some lighter weights, or maybe you're just gonna push them up in the sky, okay? And then we're gonna do our supine skull crusher. All right, 10 seconds. Ready with that heavy weight? 3, 2, 1, here it is. Again, quality, not quantity. Come all the way up to standing, chest is lifted. Getting that full pivot on that hip. And release. And here's the other side. Remember, you can always modify by keeping both feet on the ground. Good. 5 seconds here, and we have our plank weight drag. Good. Right here. Wide stance in your plank, drag it across. Make sure you're nice and stable when you drag. Our bridge is next. Right here, here's our bridge. Lay it on back, weight on those hips, and press it up. Come back down. You can come all the way back down and just hover, and then press it back up. Ideally, that weight's adding a little extra magic to your hip press. Squeeze through those glutes. We're gonna stay on the ground here and do our supine skull crusher with our legs and tabletop. Legs and tabletop, and here's your skull crusher. Now, if you want, you can move those legs out when you crush, or just keep them steady. With this heavier weight, I like to keep my legs steady. A lighter weight, I'd be moving my legs. Keep that belly button pulled into that spine. That's your stabilization. Stabilize, stabilize, there we go. Back up to standing. And that single leg deadlift. If you need to take a second before you start doing your deadlift, please do that. core engagement, keep that back nice and flat. Use a wall or chair for support if you need it. Good, switch sides. Remember, your sides are different. So check in with yourself. What do you need to do? Do you need to move slower? Do you need to hold on to a wall or a chair with this side? Maybe this is your stronger side and you can go a little quicker. Woo. Last 3, 2, and 1. Here's our plank drag. Keep those hips facing the ground. No wiggling around. Bridge is next. In 5. There it is. Cross your hips, press it up, bring it back down. And think about picking up each vertebrae as you press up, and then setting each one down. Just like when you pick up a string of pearls. Hi, Rufus. How are you? Probably smell extra delicious. Now he's looking at me. All right, supine skull crushers. Watch out, Ruf. Keep your core engaged. Don't let distractions keep you from the work. We're gonna go through this one more time. We're gonna stand up and do our single leg deadlifts one more time. Good thing he can read my mind. Here's when he needs to move out of the way. Okay. Good. Switch sides. Keep that core engaged with this. Plank drag is next. Or weight drag, I should say. Here's our plank weight drag. Last time. Make sure you set up before you grab that weight. Good. Stay with me. Bridging coming up in about 5. There's our bridge. Cross your hips, press it up. You press up. Try to tuck that pelvic bone. Kind of closing the space between your pelvic bone and your rib cage. Good. Last time with these supine skull pressures. Good. Stay with me. Good. And get some water. I'm gonna do a time check, see if we have extra time. 8:54. I think we're gonna call it good. We'll get some stretching in. I want to stretch out our forearms. They're feeling a little tight to me. So we're gonna do this one. If this is too intense, just do it with your own hand, pulling it down, okay? So fingertips point behind you, palms flat, and then you just sort of lean back and stretch them out. This is intense, so if you don't like it, go to the modification of just using your own hand to pull back your other fingers. Breathe into it. I have a pinky that I broke when I was in high school. It's crooked now. Anyway, I can always feel everything gets felt first through that pinky before anywhere else on my hand. If you are doing individual hands, make sure you switch sides. Go ahead and release that. We're gonna flip our hands over so the back of your hands are on the mat. Your fingertips are pointed towards your knees. Again, you can modify and do it just this way, okay? So like this. And same thing, hands down, and then just lean back. And again, it is intense. You probably don't have to lean very far. I know I don't. I should probably wash my mat. My hands are really dirty. All right, switch sides if you haven't switched sides. And if you've been down on the ground with me, go ahead and come and shake it out. You can interlace your fingers and roll it out. Good. All right, let's take a little down dog. Pop your bottom into the air. Rotate those armpits towards your ears. Thread your rib cage together. Pull those hips to the sky and then pedal those heels out. Walk your feet and your hands together. And then I want you to step your feet wide out into a straddle. Hang down in the middle. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. Walk your hands over to your right leg. Hug your right leg. Bend your right or left knee. Bend your left knee. Whatever leg you're hugging, you're bending the knee and the opposite leg. And release that. Walk through center. Hug your other leg and bend that opposite knee. Release. Back through center. Bring your feet together. Again, just hang down here in this ragdoll. You can grab opposite elbows. If it feels good to do so, I don't know if you can see it when I'm facing you, but maybe from the side. If it feels good to do so with your holding your elbows, you can try and bring your head through. So then you're kind of giving your shoulders a little bit of a stretch here. And then check in with your body weight. You want to rock it forward onto your toes a little bit, off your heels. Good. Release your hands down. I want you to bend your right knee, bring your right hand to the outside of your left foot, and give it a twist. Release through center. Bend your left knee, grab your right foot with your left hand, and give it a twist. And release. Hands behind your head, soften through your knees, roll up. Before we take our big deep breath, let's stretch our quads. So put one foot into one hand, and nice and tall. You can use a wall if you want support. Arm up. Push the top of that foot into your hand, and then push your hips forward a little bit. You can stay here, or if you want to increase that stretch, you can do, I think that's dancer, if I'm not mistaken. Release that. Let's do our other side. Push the top of your foot into your hand, hips give a little push forward. Stay here. If you want to increase that stretch, bring your foot up, keep pushing the top of the foot into that hand. And release. Nice big inhale. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. Nice work. Thanks for joining me. I will see you guys all next week. Have a fantastic weekend, and I hope you stay free and clear of the smoke. I hope it clears up. That would be ideal.
Thanks, Molly.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Molly.
9 a.m.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thanks, Molly.
You're welcome.